should
I have to turn everything down.
turn it all down. Be the crown. DVD. Who's that? Oh, somebody's here. Somebody's here. Who is it? Who is it? Who could it be now? It's Desiree Campbell. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Oh, there's my notification.
I already got one.
Why should mine?
I got one too.
Because you're in the in club.
I am.
Y'all, we are going to talk about what's going on, how we've prepared, and is it enough? Can you even possibly prepare for what's coming? We are on the move. In case you notice, we are in the Airstream. We're going to do a great big meetup in, where are we? Pensacola. Pensacola, Florida.
Well, around there.
Yeah, when you're on the email list, we're going to send out an email to all y'all on the email list, and if it's good for you, you can meet up with us. And you know, when you meet up with us, we play games, we have prizes, and we're going to have a really good time, okay? Totally free, and we'll send it to you on an email, and we'd love to see you guys. We might even try to do 2 of them while we're here, but 1 for sure.
Well, do you think? Well, I thought we should go to the beach.
You'll send that email out to you guys. If you're not on our email list, please go to offgridwithdouganstacy.com. There's a hold on. Dang it! I don't know. I'm so good at just showing you guys what's up. You're gonna go to offgridwithdouganstacy.com, just like this here. Okay. And then that's the university. So don't worry about that one. Just hit the X right here. Okay. And then you're going to see right there, you see that box that pops up, offgridwithdouganstacy.com, and you'll see a box that pops up right there. You enter in your information right there, and then you hit that button. We'll send you an email. It'll have a blue box on it so you confirm it. So we cut down on the spam and make sure it's a legit email. And then you'll be on the email list. And we send out periodical emails and maybe letting you know that the sun ovens are in stock now if you want to get one. With our discount code and everything, plus those pots are still 50% off, and just stuff like that. And we also talk about things that are going on, and some of the stuff that you're being tricked about, and stuff like that, health and nutrition stuff, and all that stuff. But we'll send out where we're going to meet up in the Pensacola area tomorrow.
Yes.
And we hope to see you guys there. Totally free event. We'll have prizes and giveaways. It's an in-person, face-to-face event. Okay?
And Little Red Hen Homestead, her chickens have started to lay eggs.
Hey.
The days are getting longer. It's exciting.
Yeah, you guys, really growing food is a big deal. I hope you guys are taking that seriously. Hit that thumbs up on the way in so everybody knows that we're live. And yeah, growing food is like the new big-time currency. Okay? Big time. And if you can't grow food, get to know somebody who does grow food, that you can get food from them or source it other than from the grocers, okay? Like the big box grocers and stuff. And they have mail order things. There's ways you can do that. And even going to sprouting or microgreens, barefootmicrogreens.com. Doing all those little things are going to make a big advantage on your health, because that's what they're after right now, man.
Well, Kelly Pepper says prepping is just a small part of self-reliant living, which continue until the day you die.
Fact.
It's very true, because there's a lot to it.
But we've just gotten too convenient, right? The conveniences are really messing us up. So we've gotten too lazy. Kids now don't know how to take care of food, grow food, harvest food, whatever. Plant seeds, most of them, you know. I've heard kids even say like they'd probably starve to death because they would never kill an animal or nothing like that to eat. You know what I mean? So, what kind of RV do you have? This is an Airstream. Because it's also a Faraday box. Guys, when you're inside of this Airstream, the outside EMFs cannot come in. We did a video before, and we had the meter in here, and we turned it on, and there's no outside, inside interference with the EMFs. That's pretty good stuff. So that's another reason why we got this one, and they just last a really long time, and they're kind of like green certified, so there's not a lot of formaldehyde and all this kind of business in here.
No, definitely no. Catch Manny says, any news on the black trucks in DC from Homeland Department? You know about that?
No, everything is game on. We've warned you guys before. Yeah, it's our synergy. We've warned you guys every day. You guys are going to be hit every day with something, and I was right? So we've had all this stuff going on. The fires are still burning in California, and the people are still not able to get to their homes. Go figure. Even though Trump went there and he left, and they were like, "This is our state," and then they still refuse people to get in. But fires are still burning.
What about in San Diego? The fires?
Yes, fires there too. We got a refinery blew up there. Now we got the plane crashes falling out of the sky because one of the things is stopping you from flying around. They want to limit you from flying around, so we got to scare them on the airplanes, and on and on and on. And the tariffs now has your attention, and every day it's going to be, because this is a fast track. We're moving fast. 2030, 2040, those are the dates. 5 years, 15 years. Got to move fast. Stacy has a friend with, I don't even know what that says. Something on his toe.
What?
CHILBLAIN.
What?
I don't even know what it says.
Where is it?
It's on there.
I don't know. There's a lot to read. I'm always way behind you.
Just harvested sweet potatoes that we thought never grew last season.
They did. They surprise. All
right, you guys hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it. Thanks for showing up. We've been working hard on the conference. We're going to share all this knowledge with you guys at the Homesteading Life Conference. You can get that link too at the link I shared with you guys earlier, offgridwithdougandstacy.com, or you can just go to the homesteadinglifeconference.com. We started to upload some of our speakers. Really good time. Also, if you were coming and you were waiting for those tickets for the dry camping, those are available and it's limited. So make sure you get those if you want to get them. And we'll see you guys shortly, man. It's like 100 days or something.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be here before you know it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we got a lot of good speakers.
My nose always sounds stuffy.
He's a stuffy guy all the time.
Plus, we've been driving and not sleeping that good, and now we finally stopped driving, so we're here now, and we're going to chill, and I should be a lot better with my stuffy nose. Plus, we changed altitudes and locations and everything. Chrissy Fox, nothing's up with Redmond salt or heavy metals. Dry camping means no amenities. That's right. No, the tickets are not sold out to the conference. HomesteadingLifeConference.com. Get your tickets on the top. We have 2 different events. Stacy has a women's conference. If you guys want to just come and hear Stacy talk and hang out with her for 2 days.
Not just me. There'll be a lot of other ladies there.
Yes.
But, yeah.
She has a fabulous lineup of women presenters. And but we also have our spring thing. This is the Homesteading Life Conference. And our spring thing is not sold out. We have 101 days to go. You can get your tickets now. And we're starting to load all of the speakers and all this kind of stuff. But it will be a bang-up good time.
Yes, we're going to have lots of good stuff. We have lots of good doctors. So I have Dr. Patrick Jones, who's a holistic vet, clinical herbalist, also a naturopath, and then his wife is a midwife. She's going to do things on being a midwife and women and women's health and all that. And then we're going to have Dr. Adamson, and he's into all the emergency things you can do for things with herbs and things you have around the house. So he'll do like emergency medicine stuff. Those are some new ones coming on there. We got lots of gardening things, a lot of things about animals. So we'll do a lot of things on health. I'm going to do fermenting. We can do simple remedies. We'll do lots and lots of different things on structured water. We're going to do things on essential oils, raising kids. In this crazy world right now, young kids, so they'll be wild and free. We have
free range kids everywhere, activities for them, face painting, bounce house stuff for them, activities as well. We'll have kids teaching kids too. They like to teach the homestead stuff. So it is a really good time. This is like our 7th year. We've never missed a year, even during COVID. We didn't
This is
stop.
our 8th year.
8th year.
This is our 8th year.
And we really have a good time. And it's grown over the years. We have a really nice venue now. It's nice and flat if you've ever been to our other venues. It was a little hilly, you know.
Oh! What about the Kitchen Queen?
Oh, we're gonna have some Amish there that make the kitchen queen. They're gonna be presenting about the wood cook stove, talking about wood cook stoves. We have some Amish vendors, some Mennonite vendors. It's really gonna be a good time. Your kids are gonna love it. You're gonna love it. We're gonna be butchering chickens, and everything is included with your ticket, all that stuff, and except for your lodging and your
blacksmith.
Food. Yeah, well, the blacksmith. We're getting everything together right now. A lot of cool vendors. We have some awesome sponsors, and we look forward to seeing you guys there. And that helps you prepare for what's coming, okay? Because this stuff is coming full steam ahead. I hope you're paying attention to it. I know it's hard not to get caught up in the winning and all the Trump executive orders and common sense, regulations. But yeah. All right, smash that like button. Smash it hard, Brian says. What's up, Ohio?
Oh, Leslie says she ordered the El Ruderi to make yogurt. Well, good.
What do you use neem powder for?
You can use it. A lot of times people like it in their teeth for tooth health. So that's what I usually use it for.
So tonight we're just talking about how for the last...
Stop a second. Maryland, the dry camping is right at
on
the
the scene.
It's right there.
Yeah,
so you walk out your door, you're there.
Kind of, yeah. You got to walk a little bit.
Not that much, though.
Underground military is blowing up tunnels, causing fires, maybe earthquakes. Who knows what, man? It's all so much to handle. We are living in man's world right now. Woo, 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 woo. Holy smokes.
Man, City Kenny said it was 70 degrees in Colorado Springs today.
Hot doggity, diggity dog.
It seems like that was a number all day everywhere.
They got to mess up all the flora. I was explaining this to Stacy today. That's why you're seeing all these weather swings. That's why you're seeing a lot of rain, then a lot of freeze, then a lot of thaw, then a lot of rain, then a lot of cold, little hot, little cold. All this stuff messes up all the top soil layers, okay, your bio health of your land. And that's what they're doing. Mudslides now in California, washing away all that stuff. It's all part of the process with the manipulation of the weather. It's been snowing here all day in Oregon. It was beautiful here in Texas. Stacy and I drove from Missouri all the way down to Pensacola, Florida. And, I mean, it was just kind of gray, kind of and until we got about here, and then she's seeing tomorrow that there's some kind of intense.
No, we have for the next 3 days. There's fog for 3 days.
What are these fogs going on everywhere? Y'all, people are saying they're getting sick from the fogs, and that the fogs are messing them up, and that because of the fog, they won't hit the thumbs up on the YouTube videos anymore. Did you catch that? Hit that thumbs up, y'all. It really helps get the video out to folks who don't know we're live.
Well, Kathy just said she made her first batch of yogurt from raw milk and loved
Excellent.
that cream on top, which so do I, Kathy. And actually, if you are in the university, we are going to do a whole class this coming Wednesday at 7:30 on all the things you can do with raw milk. I even brought all my stuff with me.
She brought all of her milk with her.
I got cream with me. I got raw milk with me. I got yogurt with me. I brought all this
butter. Ghee.
So we're going to talk about all the different things. Oh, I brought cottage cheese too. So we'll talk about all the different things that you can do with your raw milk. So if you aren't in the university and you want to learn more about it, you can still join. So that's what we're doing Wednesday.
You guys, it's all about your immune system. I don't care what they throw at us. Our immune system is on point. We tell you guys that we live it. We eat good. We bring that's why we got the RV. So we can bring all of our stuff with us. The ferments, the foods. Here, look. Right behind you guys. Look. Here, excuse me, pardon me. There's Stacy brought her ferments. I mean, we eat this stuff like, every day. We have our fermented drinks. We eat our whole foods. Tonight we had sweet potatoes and beef from the farm.
Sweet potatoes from everything was
from the farm.
Microgreens. We have a lot of that. Oh, and then Victoria says, all my potatoes have sprouted. Can I plant now in Missouri or should I wait? Well, generally Victoria, like middle of March, but like I always for us, and we're up north, a little north.
Way north.
I don't know where you are. Maybe if you're down south, it's still a little early, but usually they say around St. Patrick's Day or maybe the middle. You got to look at your last frost date and all that. The potatoes, I have planted potatoes in the ground that had slips that were pretty long. One year I had them, they were like this long. Can you guys see me over here? And they work just fine. So if you could keep them dark, and just kind of hold out a little bit and see, because if you're in more, south of St. Louis, it's going to be warmer. So you'll probably get to do it early. Some people do it the first part of March. So, if you can wait a few more weeks, then maybe you'll be all right. Because you did see that the groundhog did see its shadow, so we're gonna have a longer winter. And what did you say about that?
I don't even need to see the groundhog. I've been watching them spray like crazy, and so I know that they're going to be messing up the weather. And we were watching some of these guys on YouTube, the latest weather sensation videos, and they're just talking about another cold blast coming in, Arctic blast,
polar vortex thing.
Into the air. A guy that I watch, he really likes the radar. Okay, he follows this stuff. He's got a good beat on it now, and he's talking about there's going to be like 6 storms or 16 storms coming in the next it's 16 storms in 6 days or something crazy. What does he say? Oh my gosh, it's so crazy.
And then we'll be having snow till June. Isn't that
snow till June?
Some people might get snow till June.
This is his prediction, but I tell you what, I follow this guy pretty good, and he is.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's pretty good with it.
Predictions.
He is pretty good with it.
And
here we go.
Here, listen to this one.
All right. So first, we see the Mexican folks are capitulating, going to send more people to the border. Right when they do that, we're seeing shootouts with the cartel and the Mexican military. 6 winter storms in 16 days. Here we go, you guys. You want to see it? This is his prediction. He's been pretty good on this stuff right there. Here's the radars that he's following. There it goes. Lots of activity coming. I know we have an atmospheric river setting up right now. It's going to bring a lot of moisture. The cold air is going to pop in. You're going to see a lot of cold, a lot of moisture, a lot of rain, a lot of craziness. And that's what he's predicted. So make sure you guys have your preps up. Stay vigilant. Y'all, the more this goes on, the spicier it's going to get, right? You understand that? Like this USAID stuff. The more stuff gets on Front Street and the mouth, you're smacking around the people that are sucking off the money rag. And they're not going to like that. They see all this as a threat to their money rag program. You know what I'm saying? This is going to get spicy. So make sure you guys are prepared.
Well, Paula says some say the fog's flammable.
The fog's flammable. A lot of sicknesses with the respiratory. A lot of doctor visits after that. Even back in the day when Stacy and I were in the city and doing our thing, we heard about them chemtrailing and then monitoring the emergency rooms in the areas to see what people were coming in with. All right? So, I don't know. Well, they do this stuff. All you have to do is spend 2 seconds looking it up. They have a long history of this kind of stuff to their citizens. Please hit that thumbs up. It's for free.
Tammy says she's sad to know we were Pensacola. We're still here. She's 30 minutes away. Well, you need to come when we do our little get together because you're not that far.
Yes, and if you ordered something from the Missouri Tea Company and paid extra for the shipping so you get it fast, we paid extra for that shipping too. And UPS is so diversity.
Well,
DEI hired.
USPC.
That's what it is. The Postal Service. Yeah. The Postal Service has hired so much diversity, equity, and inclusion. They have totally messed everything up. In the last probably 4 weeks, it has gone kind of bonkers. Okay,
no one starts getting their packages when they're supposed to.
Be patient. Keep in touch with us. And if they don't start showing up, we're going to start resending out the orders. There's not that many, but there's quite a few, enough that we've noticed and that people are upset about it. But yeah, the post office, man. Holy guacamole.
Oh, Rhonda made her first batch of Albuterol. Turned out perfect, and I love it.
And speaking of...
It's really creamy.
The Missouri Tea Company. We have a lot of medicinal teas for you guys. Everything that we have here is made to help improve your life, okay? We have Stacy wrote books. Her remedy book is really good. She has a fermenting book. If you're new to fermenting and you want to get that book, because we'll be fermenting in the summertime and springtime and all this time coming up.
Even in the wintertime.
And our teas are really good. We have emergency candles and beeswax candles. All of our candles are 100% beeswax with 100% organic cotton wicks, right? So everything's very nice for you guys. Long burn times. One of those candles lasts for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Long time. Our teas are all medicinal and good for you. We have mullein tea, which is hand-picked, wild crafted, and it helps you with your lungs and respiratory. What else do we have?
We have choco mint. We have chocolate tea. So those are those are good. Very tasty. Almost like having dessert, I think. We have matcha, the green matcha, which is wonderful. You can make matcha lattes. You can do them hot. You can do them cold. I like to drink those every day. They're yummy on ice with some raw honey. What else do we have? We got dandy tea. You already said that, didn't you?
Nope.
Dandelion tea, which is just a good detoxifier for the body. Liver and kidneys. Did we get them all?
We
Copper
have
mugs.
Yeah, the copper mugs are really good for you. They're actually good for detoxing your body. They help you get regular. They fight off bad water that has bad bacteria in it. Copper has been known to be so good for you, and that's why they ripped it out of everybody's house and put it in plastic. And all that stuff is by design, y'all, to keep you guys sick, in my humble opinion. Okay? Beeswax candles are the best burn, slower, longest lasting candle that I've ever had. I loved them. 5 Dragonflies said that. She probably burns lots of these candles before. We have had a lot of folks say that our candles burn the best, and they're made with so much love and care, aren't they? Ziva?
They are.
She does such a fantastic job with them, guys. We have such a good team with this us and this little small family of our friends of ours. And then the Amish, they come there and help us bag all this stuff up. Also, give you guys the herbal stitches. You know, do yourself a favor. The herbal stitches needs to be in all of your preps. It's a herbal blend of dry herbs that you put on a cut, dry packet. You don't need stitches. Heals the wound. It's very good stuff.
Okay, so people are kind of talking about starting their sweet potato slips. February, generally, just know it might take, anywhere from, 4 to 8 weeks for you to get your slips. A lot of times the orange sweet potatoes, the Beauregard sweet potatoes, take a little bit longer than some of the other ones that I have found. Like if you did like the white sweet potatoes or the purple sweet potatoes, they do start sooner. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, actually, can you go back there and get that bag right there on the floor? See the bag?
Go ahead, grab it.
I'll be right back. As a matter of fact, I have one I brought from the house.
The copper mugs, sure, I'll talk more about them real quick. Let me just explain to you some of the benefits of drinking out of copper. Now, you don't have to drink out of our copper mug, but it is highly recommended. According to Ayurvedic medicine, drinking water stored in copper vessels on an empty stomach detoxifies and cleanses your digestive system first thing in the morning. So in the morning, well, I like to pour water in there at night, let it set overnight. When I wake up in the morning, that's the water we have. You could have it with lemon, and you could have it with Soleil, however you like to have it. But it helps get your stomach muscles move waste products through the intestines and out of the body, right? It helps stimulate it. Copper kills bacteria. The 2 common bacteria that causes serious illness. Copper also helps prevent bacteria that causes diarrhea from drinking bad water. Drinking from a copper cup has also been known to boost the immune system and improve digestion. It also helps you with your hair and stuff too, right? Because it helps with the pigment that mitigates the color of your skin, eyes, and hair. And ours is made of the highest quality of copper, 100% copper. And we do a good job with them, y'all. And the candles are really the bomb. We really have amassed quite a few little thingamajigs for you all to try to help better your lives with it, And it's all pretty affordable, and we ship pretty fast. And you're helping out the family and us and the Amish and everybody involved. Now, what are you doing?
I'm going to do it. A lot of people are asking. I'm just going to do it.
Oh, Stacy. Hey, tonight it's a live show demonstration. This is one of the ways we became. This is one of the ways we've become prepared in our 16 years, y'all, is learning how to grow food for ourselves. So if you take one store-bought sweet potato.
It's not a store-bought.
Hold on, stand by. I'm just saying, if you take one store-bought, non-sprayed organic sweet potato like this, and you get this at the store, we like the purple ones, actually, the Malachi. You can make this right here can make you food the rest of your life, because this will create potatoes, which those will create potatoes and slips and potatoes and slips and on and on and on. This is an ever-lending cycle of food right here. And it all starts with some toothpicks and some water.
Yes. So basically, like, usually if you grow potatoes or sweet potatoes, you're going to save your potatoes. You're going to put it someplace cool, you know, down in your root cellar, just down someplace. Start keeping them cool, and then they'll start sprouting a little bit, and then you're going to go ahead and some people can put them in the ground, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in water. If some of you guys remember, maybe in your classrooms as kids, you used to put the sweet potato in water with toothpicks, and then all of a sudden you're going to start seeing these little plants grow off of them, and they're called slips. And when they're about 6 or 8 inches tall, you're going to break them off, and then I put them in, you know, a little glass of water, and then they'll get more roots. And basically that's the plant that you're going to put in the ground. All right. So basically it's going to take a few weeks for you to get the slip. So you need to look and see when your last frost date is, because sweet potatoes, like, you can plant regular potatoes, like your regular potatoes you make mashed potatoes with and things like that. But the white potatoes, those are going to go in the ground much sooner because they're okay and they can take the cold. But a sweet potato can't take the cold. So you need to make sure that the ground is at least 65 degrees before you plant your slips. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the plants ourselves. So like I say, if you have these from last year, you can use them. And then if you don't, then go to the grocery store and get some organic sweet potatoes. There's, you know, there's different kinds. Some of them have a more orangey inside. Some of them have more of a red orange. You know, they're just different. So you just kind of find ones that you like if you want to try a few. But what I would recommend, don't just do one potato. I usually do a ton because, you know, maybe you're going to get anywhere from 10 to 15 slips on each potato. So those are how many plants you're going to grow. And each slip that you put in there will give you, you know, a few pounds of potatoes. So that just depending on how much you want. So if you like sweet potatoes, don't just do one, you know, do a few. All right. So what we're going to do.
And yes, you can just put them in the ground like regular potatoes. This is just the way we've been very successful with, and we like to share.
Yeah. And you know, like anything else, there's so many ways, as they say, to skin a cat. This is just a way that, like he was saying, we do it. I get a lot of slips that way, and then I can just put them wherever, put them in my raised bed. Some people put them in the ground, you know, do where you got it. Okay. So what we're going to do is we want to put the potato in the water. I put filtered water in here. Make sure, oh, I don't want to put that water in there. I got it out. I don't want to do that. Dump that out. Put the good water in it.
The city water?
That's the water from our thing. I don't want to do that. We'll get our water from that I brought.
Our filtered water. You're gonna carry that thing all the way back home with toothpicks and water?
I'll just dump it out. No, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just double checking now.
So then.
I am the sensible one.
Oh, did I fill it up? I can't remember. Or put it in there.
Oh well, no, because there's not that much water in this one.
All right, that's good.
Now tell them about the fat side and the skinny
I will.
side. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but most of the time you can tell the rounder, fatter bottom. You want to put that in the water.
So when you look at your potato, you know, before I was like, oh, put this end in or put this end in. But a lot of times, look and see where you see some little eyes in it. If you see some little eyes, then you know that's where you're going to start sprouting from. So I see a lot more eyes up here. So I'm going to put it in like this. Okay. So you want to make sure that it goes in enough so that a little bit of the bottom is in the water, because what's going to happen first is you're going to start to see little roots coming out of the bottom. Okay. So you can put 3 toothpicks in there. And this is fun for the kids to do too. Sometimes you can do 4. Maybe I'll do 4 since we're traveling.
What's the name of that park? Pensacola?
No, Perdido Key.
What is it? Perdido?
Perdido Key.
Perdido Key Park?
No, I gotta look. State Park, I think.
Yeah, Perdido Key State Park.
All right, so you guys see that? I'm gonna put a little bit more water in there. All right. So once that's in there, you're just going to set it. I put it in the window, and I'm just going to watch it. And like I say, the first thing that you're going to see is you're going to start seeing some little bitty roots come out, and then you're going to start seeing these little things start popping out. Just like, when you get potatoes and they starting to sprout, that's what you see. But if you let it go, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then once you start seeing these, when they're about 6 or 8 inches tall, you pull them off. And then I just get a little bitty jar of water with a little bit of, just a teeny bit of water, and I just set the roots in there till they start to do their little thing. And then if the timing is right, you could put it in the ground when it's 65 degrees. In Missouri, they say around May 15th. That's for us, but you just got to look and see when your ground gets warm enough, the ground temperature. A lot of times you just have to wait. With the crazy weather that we're having now, it's really hard now to determine sometimes, but that's probably the best. And then when we do that, you can plant it directly into the ground and just keep watering it. Or let's say you did this earlier and they are ready to go. You can literally get your tray and put your slips in a little dirt, and then let them start growing in the dirt, and then transplant your dirt. You can put more water in it.
And you just look at it, right? So there's a skinny end and there's a bigger end, and just kind of notice the fatter end of the sweet potato and make sure that
but I said that's not always true. Look for where all the little eyes are on it. If you have more eyes, put them up. And I've had more eyes on the top.
Okay, that's true too. But for the most part, we just look at the actual shape of the sweet potato and put the rounder part in the bottom, and it works well. Don't overthink it, y'all.
But
seriously,
look for the
that's
eyes.
probably a problem. You just don't overthink it. Just shove that thing in the water. If you don't see something happening after a long time, then just flip it over.
Well, but the thing is, sometimes you will, if you get them the wrong way, you'll start seeing them grow at the bottom. And if that's the case, they'll start
go out.
up
They'll
too.
shoot out. It'll
Yeah.
be like hydroponics
Don't
in your
give
jar.
up, because it always works good. So I've done it all the different ways, depending if I've had to wait too long, because like sometimes I didn't get my sweet potatoes in until June because we had such a long lagging out winter. So what I did was with those, because I didn't want to let them all get soggy and die, because they were ready to go. And if you let them go, they'll keep growing like they look Rapunzel's long hair. So when they're 6 or 8 inches, then I'll go ahead and just in my little tray of dirt, I'll go ahead and put them in there, and then I'll let them root, and then I'll just like you went to the store and bought them, and I'll just transplant them like that too.
Alan, you don't drink hot tea out of the copper mugs. It's only made for your cool drinks, especially good for water. Where's ours in here?
I don't have it. I have new ones. Well, the reason why you can drink out of copper, Alan,
it gets hot.
But the handle, it'll get hot and it'll burn your hand on these.
So will the cup itself. When you put your lip on there like that, it'll be hot.
They're not insulated or anything like that.
So it's not really made for hot liquid drinking. It's made for a cool liquid drinking.
And then so on these, 6, 8 weeks or so, you'll start seeing lots of action. And it looks pretty. Actually, it looks really pretty sitting on your counter, and it'll look beautiful.
And if you're wondering what's coming, like we have prepared for 16 years for what's coming, hello. First off, you have civil unrest. If you had noticed, they're shutting down the 101 freeway today. Planes are falling out of the sky. Fires are burning up California.
Well, they got them under containment.
No, they don't.
In LA,
Only one of them. Nobody cares about North Carolina. Still nobody's into their houses or doing anything about it. It's a lot of good talk, a lot of good show. Hope you got your popcorn out, right? But those are just the facts, okay? And people are out there trying to get ahead around all this stuff. Now you got the tariff talks. Everyone's talking about the tariffs. Mexican kind of capitulated. Canada's going to capitulate. It's just a lot of stuff is going to be going on. You have to be able to prepare for it. The coming techno-tyranny, right? Another thing about living off-grid is you're not beholden to people turning on and turning off your power and telling you what you can do when you can do it. So just as much as you can break free from any of these systems, we're encouraging you to do so in 2025. Man, oh man, please do.
Oh,
and
Margie.
Please get your kids out of public schools. If you have 2 parents working, have one of them stop working, get a smaller house, sacrifice as much as you have to keep one parent at home with that kid doing homeschooling, and get them out of that public school garbage. Oof.
Margie says it's best to mound up soil around sweet potatoes like we do white potatoes. You can, but you don't have to. Like I put all mine in raised beds, and I don't mound up. I don't do it in there at all. I just put them in there, and then they just pop them out. Some people can even, if you have big tubs, you can put them in there, or big pots. You could also do that if you wanted to. It's like do what you can with what you got. But yeah, you could mound them a little bit. Oh, Shelly says we had rain yesterday. It left white spots all over the vehicles.
I mean, I don't even know
Like
what to tell
wiping
you
milk
guys.
off.
They're spraying it. They tell you they're doing it. Everyone knows they're doing it. We all have eyes. We see them doing it.
Oh yeah, Charity says that she watched the Dimming documentary. It's by Dane Wingington, and it is a very good documentary. If you have not seen it, it's called The Dimming, Dimming. I recommend you guys watch it and learn.
And you know, please, seriously, y'all, if you can, just everything is relevant on your circumstance on where you find yourself. You have to do the best you can in the circumstances in which you find yourself. But if you can, even if you find an apartment in the country, try to get out of these populated areas, okay? Because you'll just live a better life anyways, right? Even Mom's, when we moved her out to the country, she got out of all that congestion and city living, and she lived in Ferguson, and so she just really has enjoyed herself out there in the country living, and the air, and the nighttime, and the animals. And she breathes better, she's healthier, everything's better. So we could just tell you guys that if you could just get away from the concrete jungle and all the crazy, especially for what's coming, but it'll just help you, have a better health in our findings. Stratospheric aerosol injection program. Yeah, you just type that in. They're bragging all about it. They even got patents about it.
Oh, Ronald says Alabama's raising pandemic fears.
Good, because we don't do fears.
Nope.
That's what I was telling Stacy. They keep trying to bring up the avian flu stuff, and people are like, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. But listen, I will tell you guys, and this is really the saddest thing of it all. During COVID, when I saw y'all, and don't take this personally, I'm not really saying you like y'all, but y'all, okay, line up to get a swab stuffed in your nose and then to have said swab put in a bag and then shipped off to some said lab, I knew that was the largest DNA grab in human history, okay? Now, if you take Bobby Kennedy saying things like they have targeted the VAT or the strands for certain ethnic groups. I mean, do you want to hear it out of his own mouth? I told Stacy this back in the day, right? I was like, holy smokes, I cannot believe people are doing that. And now they have all your data, right? Your DNA data, your kids, their grandkids, anybody like that. It's crazy train. So I'm going to let you listen to it for yourself. You guys draw your own conclusions with it. But it is kind of sad to hear what he's about to say. And then when you think about the way they got the DNA from everybody, it makes perfect sense. Okay? Nice, like I said, you guys just listen. Draw your own conclusions. Don't let YouTube block the video. Don't let anybody tell you, what you should be listening to or thinking. Just draw your own conclusion from the information from what he's providing. He's done a lot of stuff against these people.
These we've put hundreds of millions of dollars into ethnically targeted microbes. The Chinese have done the same thing. In fact, COVID-19, there's an argument that it is ethnically targeted. COVID-19 attacks certain races disproportionately. The races that are most immune to COVID-19 are because of the structure of the genetic structure of genetic differentials among different races of the receptors of the ACE2 receptor. COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and black people. The people who are most immune are Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese. But we don't know whether it was deliberately targeted that or not. But there are papers out there that show the racial and ethnic differential impact to that We do know that the Chinese are spending hundreds of millions of dollars developing ethnic bioweapons, and we are developing ethnic bioweapons. That's what all those labs in the Ukraine are about. They're collecting Russian DNA, they're collecting Chinese DNA, so that we can target people.
So that we can target people. Y'all, I'm telling you, when I saw them grabbing that DNA like that, that hurt my heart. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys, but they got it now. They can do it. They got it, and they can do it, and they've had 4 years to work on their other labs. No one's stopping these labs. No one's talking about them. Trump ain't talking about them. They're spraying us like crazy still. COVID vac still on the schedule. The father of it still saying how great it is. Operation Warp
Well,
Speed.
at least our governor in Missouri passed a bill. It was House Bill 2062.
Oh my gosh, we're totally taking a boomerang out and throwing it across the room, and it's coming back with chickens on it. Here we go.
It overruled homeowners association restriction on the ownership of pasturing of chickens. So
You got to get better at your transitions there.
well, I thought it was part of, I wanted to talk about it. So
I know we got to transition.
oh my gosh, we can transition back too. So that's another good thing for a lot of us. If you couldn't
All right,
have
So
chicken-
here's what's up. A lot of you guys have these homeowners associations, and they're telling you can't have chickens in your yard and stuff. What she was explaining to you guys is that Missouri just passed a bill with Governor Parsons signed it into law saying that homeowners associations can't tell you that you can't have chickens in your yard.
they can just maybe like say that you can't have a rooster or you can't have like a, chicken coop that's 20 feet tall or something like that, but you can have like 6 chickens. So I think a lot of states are getting into this, and if not, maybe check into it and you guys can get stuff going in your state if they're not already. But I know a lot of people were wanting, I think you just had to have 2/10 of an acre for you to have chickens. So a lot more people are able to have chickens so that we can have eggs, which is very, very important.
The only other
for our
problem
health.
with this is that the city ordinances overrule that, right? So it doesn't negate the city ordinance that says maybe you can't have chickens, but if your homeowners association is flexing on you and you live in Missouri, you can now tell them to pound sand and enjoy your chickens. And maybe give them a dozen eggs and just let them know no hard feelings. And that this is what winning looks like. All right, here we go.
Yes, what are we preparing for 6
For everything, you guys, for electricity problems, right? Because everything's going to be geo-tracked. Your facial recognition's coming. They keep telling everyone that China is the model. Has anyone spent any time looking at what China's doing? We saw an apartment building the other day that had 20,000 people living in it.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Hold on. An apartment building, one building, housed 20,000 people. That's a lot.
It's a lot of people.
And now all of a sudden there's an egg shortage, right? We were explaining to you guys about all the euthanizing of the egg layers, all the fake avian flu stuff. And, there's no big deal. Oh, 1,200,000, 1,300,000, 2.6 million. And now there's a problem with eggs at the stores and problem with eggs.
So Tony says, what are my thoughts on shungite? I love shungite. Actually, at the conference, I have a girl, Tessa, who will be talking about electroculture and gridding your garden. And she's also going to talk about shungite, what it is and what I could do with it. So I am going to have someone be talking about shungite, but it's great. Like Doug, we have some that he uses around the computer. You can carry it with you. You can wear jewelry of it. It's got a lot of EMF properties. Make sure you don't get the polished shungite. You want to get the there's a noble shungite. It's very shiny and kind of jaggedy. So you don't want the real smooth ones that you see like sometimes at the rock stores. It's not quite as powerful. The noble shungite will give you a lot more protection, like 90% compared to the other one might be 30%. And I know that's not exactly correct, but I know it's a whole lot more than the other one. Shungite's good. A lot of times people can put it in water to help purify the water. There's lots of really cool things for shungite, so it's great. So Tommy says, I don't have any room in my fridge for ferments. I do have a small area under the house, but it only stays at 58. Is that sufficient enough to keep them? They'll start to ferment more. You're going to have to eat them quicker. How do you don't have any room in your fridge?
Or in a
Do you have
closet in your house.
a little fridge? Maybe make a big gallon of it, and then that'll last you a long time, and just stick that in the refrigerator. That'll help too. They'll just know the cooler they are, they will last a lot longer. So that's the thing. What happens is when you put your ferments in something cold, like a refrigerator, it just really, really, really slows down the fermentation process. So every degree you go up, it's going to ferment a little bit more, so you will get more. I've had higher temperatures like that. I've had good luck with like salsas, tomato sauces that will taste and last a really long time. Pretty good. The sauerkrauts can be okay. You might want to keep adding a little salt to them. You're going to need to check on them a lot more. If you can get some, put it in a bigger jar and put it in your refrigerator and see if that helps too.
And ferments last 6 months to a year easy, especially in a refrigerator. But all they need is a cool, dark spot, y'all. This is the ancient way, 2,000 years plus, of preserving the food and getting more bacterial beneficials. Fermenting.
Andrew wants to know, where does our water come from? I'm a water well driller from Texas. I'm very curious.
Oh, you're way back there. We have we live 100% off rainwater.
Yeah, all rainwater. Reptile Adventures. You can go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com and go to the shop tab, and the fermenting book will be there.
I'm going to leave it again for you guys in the link. So you can just clickety click, click, click.
Oh, Michelle says she got Rachel Weaver's books. Very good. Yes, those are books. If you guys missed it, I did a thing on books. And there are 4 books by Rachel Weaver. She's a master herbalist. And one of them was Be Your Own Doctor. And the other one was Be Your Own Doctor 2. Another one is Be Your Own Pediatrician. And I think what the other one's called Backyard Pharmacy. I think that's what it's called. Backyard Pharmacy by Rachel Weaver. So, and they're really easy to read. There are a lot of just life experiences, things, people that she's worked on. And they're really, really good books. You'll get a lot from. They're really easy to read, just down home, easy stuff. So they're really good books.
Yeah, so we're going to have a meetup in Pensacola, Florida on Wednesday at probably.
No, Thursday.
On Thursday. On Thursday, oh, sorry, I told you Wednesday earlier. On Thursday, most probably at, what is it?
I think it's Perdido Key
State Park.
I have to look and see. Yeah.
And then that way you can go there, and they should be able to hang out with, maybe, I don't know, 10 people, 5 people, whoever shows up, 15 people. And then we can just kind of hang out on the beach, do some grounding, answer questions, hang out with you guys. And we also have prizes when you show up. Anytime you see us live in person on these kind of thingamajigs, we have a good time, and we'll have something for you, okay? So that'll be good times. And if you have to be on our email list, because I don't want anything in these comment sections. I will not contact you in the comment sections. I will not tell you anything in the comment sections about anything except for like questions about the video topics. I will not send you links to Telegram. I will not tell you to text me at Telegram or WhatsApp or any of these things. Those are all scams, okay? So if you're in our email list, I'll contact you, and that's for me, 100. Or if you're in the university.offgridwithdougandstacy.com, that's how you'll get direct contact from us. Molly's sleeping over there.
Dreaming.
She's cracking out a snore. She's had a busy time all this driving.
Oh, Jar Jar 21 says, I could happily live on sweet potatoes the rest of this old life. I know, I love sweet potatoes. Tonight I made, put a bunch of ghee in my cast iron pan, and I peeled some of my sweet potatoes, and I chopped them up in little cubes, and then I just kind of, roasted them up there in the pan. And then in another pan, I made some of our hamburger from our beef, and I just put a bunch of, dehydrated onions in there and some seasonings. and it was really good. And then I made a yogurt sauce that I crushed some garlic in it, and I put some chili powder in there. And what else did I do with that? I mixed that in with the meat a little bit, and then I put that over the potatoes. It was just kind of weird. I just got to throw some stuff together, and then it wasn't too bad, was it? It was pretty good.
It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I love sweet potatoes too.
Dang, Kaz, we're gonna finally get to meet in person.
There's a couple people I think hopefully that'll come.
Well, we should do it like at about like what? Because it's a state park, it's not gonna be open all.
No, we need to do around lunchtime.
Yeah, like around 12, 1 o'clock.
12.
And then stay there for like several hours.
Whatever.
And then who knows what happens after that if we really like you. But we can move this party on to somewhere else, right? But that's where we're probably going to meet up somewhere around 12, 1 o'clock at the Perdido's State Park.
Well, we could say that like
Perdido Key,
Thursday,
State Park.
Thursday. What's the date?
Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the 6th.
February 6th, Thursday.
February 6th, Thursday, Perdido State Park, right around noon,
the
1
problem
o'clock.
is we got to get a pavilion.
Well, we'll just overtake one. That's the problem. No problem.
But you got to walk across we don't know where it'll
We'll figure it out. But we'll also be sending out emails, so you have to.
We're going to go check it out.
Be on our
tomorrow.
email list. You know, we're just freelancing this. We just rolled into town here. We came down here to get some sun, to work on a few things. I also had some reports of people that were getting sick in Florida. I wanted to come down here and see if there was any juice to that. With these chemtrails going across here, they were saying that a lot of people were getting the fog again, and that they were reporting respiratory problems and all this other stuff, mood problems.
You need to change that. You put Wednesday.
I know, I already told them. It's Thursday, not Wednesday. No, we're not coming. This is as far as we go into Florida now. We used to go to the Keys for our winter break, and the 5G stuff got us so my head was hurting, my body was hurting, fish were washing up last year when we went. So we just looked at each other and said, yeah, we're going to skip the Keys for a while. We're just going to go find some new places. And so far, this place has been pretty good.
This is much closer.
Yeah.
much. It took off like 8 hours of driving time. Much closer.
Yes, people are getting sick during the fog on the beach. Right. So we wanted to come down here. I wanted to try to talk to some people, see what was up with that. Chemtrails started again today in Central Florida. Hey, Doug, where have you? The conference on Saturday, it's so considered work or what? No, everyone buys their tickets when they get there. A lot of the vendors that are Torah observant don't sell anything on Shabbat. And we're doing the good mitzvah because we're trying to teach you how to keep yourself alive. So there's no problem there with teaching. And, you know, to whatever degree you do that, then just bring your food or whatever it is that you want to do. You know what I mean?
And then Kathy says, is a half a cup of cane sugar per quart too much to add when doing AC? A half a cup. No, that sounds good, Kathy. And if you had a gallon, you would put a cup of sugar in there.
So we're going to have to do a dry run tomorrow to the park.
Right.
So I'm going to do a dry run to the park in the morning. And then we'll get the lay of the land, talk to somebody if we have to talk to somebody. And then we'll see what's going on. And then I'll come back and I'll send out an email to all the people on the email list. Go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com. The box will pop up. Make sure you get on there. That's how we stay in touch with you guys, especially with all this, you know, censoring going on. And then I'll also send it to the university folks, and I'll also even send it to the people that have tickets to the Homesteading Live Conference. So that way you have a lot of chances to get the email. And then we'll have a meetup down in Florida. We'll have prizes and fun times, and we'll talk and chat, and we'll just have a really good time. Last time we went to dinner, everybody got a, what was it? What is that place? The Pro Shops, Bass Pro Shops gift card. We had a really good time, though. It was good stuff. Quail are small enough. Quail are excellent. If you don't want to raise chickens or something, have any kind of problems with that, quail are excellent small
And
keepers.
if you do have homeowners problems, or if you have anything, I always tell the story.
They don't categorize the quail.
We went to
Hawaii.
I know what's Waikiki.
Waikiki.
In Waikiki, the houses are like one right next to each other. Boom. They just had their little area. I mean, they had chickens in there. He had, they weren't supposed to have all the stuff, but no one could really see. But he would raise quail. He sold the birds. He sold the eggs. He sold, you know, everything. And just out of like a little bitty quail area. And it was great. So quail eggs are great. You just have to eat a few more eggs. And just know if you are going to cut It's hard. You can't crack a quail egg. And I love this. You can use cigar cutters, and they will do a great job to cut your quail eggs if you have problems with that. And you have never done that before.
Val, that was pretty good. But Tyler, I have 2 boys and 1 daughter, and we have grandkids. But Stacy and I have none together. But she raised all those kids ever since they were little kids. You want to check your phone log? Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. All right. Did Stacy go to Buc-ee's? Actually, she did. I was like, oh my gosh, we've been driving this whole way, and there's no Buc-ee's
on this way.
And then I'm like, no Buc-ee's. And we're going all these backcountry roads, 2-lane roads, all this stuff.
Down here.
And then all of a sudden, there's that beaver up there on the road, and it's right where we're turning off to go to the Pensacola.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I got
she
to go
made it
into
into the
Buc-ee's.
daggone Buc-ee's.
I got to go to Buc-ee's.
Shoot.
Yes. It was very exciting.
Y'all, this Buc-ee's is something else. I'm telling you. It's like a disease with these people. What about raising red jungle fowl? Oh.
Jungle fowl?
I mean, go for it. I never heard of it.
Well, I will say, I don't know what those are, but chickens love the woods. I mean, that's basically where they came from. They like to be out in the woods. They love being in the woods, so I guess they'd be okay. I don't know what jungle fowl are.
Sea solar, it's not regular fog. We left in the last fog go around. We left Missouri, northern Missouri, and we went all the way to Corpus Christi thinking we were going to get some sun, and it was fog all the way there. Totally not normal, totally not right. A lot of people complaining about respiratory problems. I know it's hard to believe this stuff, man, but it's true, man. Just go look how they sprayed the black folks. Go look how they sprayed all these people. They've injected people. They put stuff in their water. They've dumped chemicals in the water. This is your government in the United States of America. Man, the ones that want to have DEI over in Azerbaijan and all these other places, right? This U.S. aid money that they're just blowing out the door for, Trojans in Afghanistan. This is crazy, you guys.
Oh my gosh, Norma just said that they're turning St. Charles, Missouri into a 15-minute city.
Of course they are.
Well, it looks like it.
I hated St. Charles, Missouri. When we lived there, there were regulations, rules, high taxes. That is the catapult in which we have left society, was from St. Charles County in Missouri, you guys. They are all that in a bag of chips, telling you what you can do, what you can't do, what kind of fence you could put in, chickens, at the whole shebang. And that's why, one of the reasons, again, why we left, besides trying to chase better health, trying to live a freer life, trying to break free of debt.
Christy said that they had several earthquakes in West Virginia.
Yes.
Almost unheard of.
And where else had a bunch of earthquakes today, I told you?
There's a whole bunch of places.
What did I tell you today? They had a bunch of them. Was it Italy or?
No, but there was some
someplace
here too. I know, but it was also in the United States, I heard too. Where was it?
We've had the drones flying over us, and then the next administration comes in and says they were our drones. Why didn't they just tell you? I mean, on and on and on. Okay? Don't let your guard down. Yeah, St. Charles, west side of St. Louis. Yeah.
So Jay Allen says, since sweet potatoes aren't in season, should we buy at local farmer market if they've been in cold storage? And they should, if they're in cold, they're okay. But yeah, if you have a farmer's market that's selling them now, you can get them from them, or your local Amish will maybe have them, or if not, you can go to the grocery store in the organic section and get those. You can do that, like for some of us that aren't able to find some of the stuff, you can get some organic garlic if you want to plant that. Now, garlic you need to plant in the fall, but you can get some of these things and you can plant. Same thing for, when you get potatoes, if you got an organic bag of Yukon Gold potatoes, you can get some of those. They're starting to sprout, and you can plant those too, and you have potatoes that way. So don't freak out if you're not around like a farm and home store where you can get some of these potato slips, or you can't get some of this stuff. You can go to the grocery store.
And if I was you, I'd start monitoring like your food intake, and then I would start buying this stuff when it is in season, because potatoes store really easy. So you can have your own little root cellar like you grew it and everything, but at least you have food security. If you guys learn anything from COVID, oh my gosh, they will cut you off in 2 seconds and make you do Simon Says. Didn't you guys see that with your own eyeballs? You couldn't even come in the store unless you played Simon Says. I don't don't know, man. Are we that hard-headed? Hope not.
Cindy asks, can I use my apple cider vinegar SCOBY in making my kombucha? You're gonna hear yes and no from that. I always said no, but the thing is you can do it, but it's going to take a little bit for it to be turn over to be like more pure kombucha. So you could go ahead and use your kombucha, you know, if that's all you have, I'm like, do it. You're still going to get fermented something. You know what I mean? So I'm like, do it if you got to do it. And then the more you keep doing it, it'll eventually change over to be, you know, 100% of what it is. So, no, if you do have it, try it. Because when you make apple cider vinegar or any kind of vinegar, like my new thing right now to do, I love apple cider vinegar and I have tons of it. But I've been making, I found a lot of this old organic. I had a bunch of organic raisins sitting around that were kind of hard. And so I've been making a lot of raisin vinegar. And I really like the raisin vinegar. It has a nice flavor. So I've been alternating between raisin vinegar and apple cider vinegar. And no matter what kind of vinegar you make, with whatever you got, you're going to get a lot of scobies on it. So, I mean, if that's what you got, I've gotten to the point now, you know, I'm not going to say don't do it because you will get a fermented drink. You will get a SCOBY from it, and the more you just keep doing it, you know, it'll change over and you can do it. So go for it, Cindy.
And it's made our marriage even stronger. Somebody asked about how our marriage is going with all this stuff. You guys got to learn how to lean on each other, how to be strong in these adversity times, and how to, you know, have
Would you like to talk about our adversity?
No, we have so much adversity, guys. You don't have no idea.
Gosh. Yes.
I mean, it comes at you all the time. Left, right.
And here's the big thing.
Left, right, left,
okay,
right.
What's the title of the thing we just talked about? What's the title of our thing?
So we've been preparing for 16 years for what's
So
coming.
I'm going to tell you, the big thing, I think, is just to, like, don't let anything bother you. No matter what it is, just like...
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Even if it's big stuff, I'm serious.
And it's all small stuff.
Yes. Don't even, just let it go over your head. You know, you're alive, you're doing your thing, you know, that's the most important thing. And you know that whatever's going to happen, you can get over it. You can find someone that could help you. You could help yourself. Things will be okay, you know, and if you have a good attitude about it, just kind of laugh it off. You know, it really, it's so true. You know, some people, and I think about how I used to be and how I've kind of changed over the years. And it's everything about how things affect you are about how you internalize it and how you take it and how your attitude is about it. You know, you can be really negative and cruddy about it.
It's 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to
it. So true. And then if you're just like, you know, whatever, it'll be fine and just kind of move on. I mean, it'll be okay. It will be okay.
Carol, the universities are every day. We try to post videos there. We have a nice little library going, and then we're live every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then you can watch those videos, replay anytime, anywhere. It's a nice little platform we've set together. It's university.offgridwithdougandstacy.com. If you can't make it to the Homesteading Life Conference, if you can't make it to the, you know, places that we are speaking or whatever we're doing, then that's probably a good alternative. And we have a lot of great information there, and we have a good time hanging out. University.offgridwithdougandstacy.com. It's $9 a month. It's like $2 a week, and that basically takes care of hosting the platform. We have to pay for servers, and it's a free speech platform. We can tell you, you know, legit stuff about things, and no one can tell us to shut up over there. So, you know, that's why it also costs a few bucks. But there we can say whatever we want, and we do. I've posted some pretty hardcore stuff on that website to help educate people on actually what's going on. And we are going to be in Pensacola at the what?
Well, we're in Perdido Key, actually.
Perdido Key.
State Park,
Thursday. You know, noon, 1-ish, something like that. You'll get an email from us. We're just talking off the fly right now. And we're going to go scope it out tomorrow, send out the email. But it's about that time. So try to be around that area if you can to meet up with us. Well, we're going to have a great time. And we'll have some fun stuff planned for you guys, I promised. Okay, I promise. And it's totally free event. You just have to get there, and then you're gonna leave fully with your cup full. All right. Any advice for vertigo?
Well, if you already have it, oh my gosh, I just forgot the name. Look into, go on YouTube and look up the Eppley maneuver, I think it's EPLY, Eppley maneuver, and and it'll show you how to do it, and that might help you also. Also, vertigo could be caused by EMFs, so look and see, do you have a smart meter in your house? Do you have a lot of stuff going on? And another time, a lot of people get vertigo because they're dehydrated, and especially in the wintertime, people do not get enough liquids. You're not, absorbing it. A lot of times if you're just drinking water and it doesn't have any minerals in it, if you didn't put some unrefined salt in there or Irish sea moss or something that has a lot of good minerals in it, then your body's not able to absorb it. So that's really important too. But make sure you're constantly sipping on, a little water, or, some juice or something to help hydrate you, because a lot of people get dehydrated, and a lot of times you can get that dizziness when you're getting up, if you are dehydrated. So that could be helpful. Ground too. Make sure you're grounding in the weather like this. Even if it's cold, take your feet off, stand on the concrete a little bit, get outside, looking at the morning sun. All these things are really important because we're stuck inside a lot, and then a lot of that
we're not. Most people are
to that. But yeah, EMFs, getting outside, getting outside sunlight, and also water. Those are really important.
And yeah, you could put a log cabin on a cinder block foundation if you know what you're doing. Probably wouldn't be my number one best choice, but to save a few bucks if you know what you're doing, yes, you could definitely do it. Oh my goodness, how long have we been on this thing? 66 minutes. 66 minutes. All right, man. We are really going to have a good time at the Homesteading Life Conference. We really hope to see you guys there. Well, like I said, we have added some speakers there now, so you can check that out. And, man, it's going to be here before you know it.
Yeah, I guess I get Big Bend State Park in Perdido Key. I don't know if that's it. I don't think that was it. Was it?
I don't think so. You didn't say Big
If
Bend.
You did sign up on the thing, we'll send you the name.
We're sending out an email to you guys, so you'll get that email. Make sure you're checking all your emails and stuff, because we don't want to miss you. And I'll probably do a video tomorrow too, so maybe I'll mention it. Well, I don't know, because I'll probably do my video first, so I won't be able to mention it till Wednesday's video. Well, Rhonda, I hope we see you then for free over there at the park. We're going to be hanging out here in Pensacola and what's the other place?
Perdido Key.
No, the other place. Dustin. We're going to go to
Dustin,
We're going to these couple little places. We're just kind of hanging out, trying to get some sunshine and, work on the conference and get ready for what's coming. Yeah, you're going to have to make sure you do your homework. If you know what you're doing, you can do it.
Do what?
Put it on the cinder blocks underneath there. But you got to have some piers and some supportings and everything else. Can you talk about parasites, please?
Well, the big thing for all of us is we want to have an environment in ourselves where parasites don't want to live. So number one for everyone, okay, just don't eat a lot of sugar. You know what I mean? Eat good foods, like, get your pasture-raised meat and eggs. You're using good oils, no seed oils. You're doing good saturated fats like ghee or coconut oil or beef tallow or duck fat, something like that, what you're cooking with. And don't do any seed oils like, like the sunflower oil or your canola oil or your peanut oils, things like that. And just make sure that you are doing, eating good things like, fruits and vegetables, and not eating a bunch of junk, a lot of processed like meats that have nitrates in them. Don't do a lot of alcohol. You know what I mean? If you just start eating good things, because alcohols over time are going to break down into sugars. And for women who are going through menopause and menopause, that's like the worst thing for you. It'll mess up your sleep, your hormones, and everything. So if you want to have worse symptoms and more hot flashes, go ahead and drink, and it'll make things worse. So all those things are just really important. So you want an environment where that cannot survive. So even like candida, parasites, so we want to just do things to help our body along with that. But like some people, and like they say, majority of people probably do have a lot of parasites. There are a lot of different kind of cleanses and things. I mean, I do like a lot of the things that they have on Global Healing site. You can go on to Global Healing with Dr. Group, and he has a lot of different things for, like it's like a organism cleanse, and then they have like liver detoxes, and there's lots of different things there. So you can go there and look at some of the stuff that they have there if that's something that you think you need. But just generally, it's like, just take care of yourself. Get movement every day. Get morning sun. Get out afternoon sun. Get your sun when it goes down. Ground yourself. Go barefoot outside. Walking. If you go for a walk every morning, or if you go for a walk every night, do it both ways. Things will be so things will start changing. No matter if it's hot or cold out. Put your coat on. It's good to sweat. Wash your face in ice cold water, because it's really good. If you don't want to take a cold shower, which is really good for the body, you have a lot more nerves, receptors in the face. So throw ice cold water on your face, or see if you can put your face in a bowl of ice water, and you'll get almost the same benefits of taking a cold shower. So that's something else you could do that would be very helpful for your nervous system, for your immune system. So all these things, if your body is working the way it's supposed to be working, then these things can't bother us. So those are important. But like movement, sunlight, water, looking into structured water. Well, we said in the last week we did the show, go to Tia Murphy Holistic Wellness and .com, and she has structure units. So if you want to start structuring your water, and then that way your cells will absorb the water like they're supposed to better. Structured water is also spring water that comes down from the mountains. Rainwater is already structured. When you juice, that structured water also, ghee is structured. So all these certain things are already structured, but most of us that have water from the tap, or it's been sitting around somewhere for a long time, it needs to be structured again. So we're going to talk about that at the conference too. Homesteading Life Conference, May 16th and 17th. So all these things I think are just so important. Watching for the blue light, getting so much blue light, like we can turn all this off when we get off with you guys, but all this is so important in our health. So those things you can kind of start with, and just looking and cutting out the sugar. Sugar is your enemy. And if you do want a little sugar, maybe get some nice Turkish figs, or some medjool dates. Medjool dates are also helpful with your blood sugars, believe it or not. They're very sweet, but they're very helpful. So that's what I do if I want like a kind of a sweet tooth. You can also blend up your dates, and you can roll them in coconut, or blend up the dates, make them into balls, roll them into crushed. If you have pumpkin seeds, or if you have almonds or some walnuts or something, you can roll them in there. Even put a little cinnamon on them, and you make a great dessert. They taste amazing. So those are something else you could do too. So, but definitely just look at what you're eating. And sugar literally is like a narcotic. People just go crazy over it, and it's feeding all these things in your body.
Food and everything.
So if you could cut back on that, it would be huge. And the more you do it, it just gets easier and easier. And if you cut it out, you don't really crave it anymore. I mean, I was the worst. I mean, I would eat like a huge piece of chocolate cake, and I'd have 3 servings of cookies. You know what I mean? And they weren't like little cookies or big cookies. And I had a lot of problems.
Maybe in a couple weeks I could pull our old pictures out of underneath the house, and we could show everybody how fluffed up you were.
How fluffed up you were.
Well, we were talking about you right now.
Well, you guys know he was huge.
We were
before.
big, man. You didn't feel like you were, but man, we look back now, definitely.
I got bigger when I married you.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Yeah. You would eat all the stuff that I never ate.
Because we were feeding the kids.
Yeah, well, I didn't know anything back then. Yeah.
The Super Bowl. What a joke. Man, I can't believe we used to fall for all that stuff. Holy smokes. Talk about programming and distractions. Man. The Grammys, all this garbage. It's all garbage. All right, what does your copper mug say on it? It says, The Missouri Tea Company.
And it has a really
That's our
cute little
emblem.
sun.
Yeah, it's our emblem on there. That's just basically, that's our company. Stacy and I have the Missouri Tea Company, where we sell all these holistic teas and stainless steel tea balls and candles and books and everything. So.
Oh, keep talking.
The magnesium that you want is
Glycinate.
glycinate. Doesn't matter which brand, I guess you'd say.
Well, it does
you want
make
the
a difference.
glycinate magnesium.
And Bio-Optimizer, I like Bio-Optimizer. Where is that? I was going to show. See, you gave away our last tea ball. So someone was asking about how you pack the tea balls. I just generally, I'll stick my tea ball in.
You push it like a pin and you open it up.
And I fill it up to as much as it'll go in it.
Yeah.
And then I close it.
You'll get really good at it.
Yeah.
All right, what to do with high blood pressure? Take some deep breaths.
Well, besides that too, also look what you're eating. Are you eating a lot of fried foods? Are you getting movement and exercise? Are you stressed? Blood pressure raises because you're stressed a lot. Are you one that is taking your blood pressure after you've been doing something? You know, they always say take your blood pressure first thing in the morning. That's going to be the most accurate. Things that also, we do sell dandelion tea.
Oh, that's really
dandelion
good for
tea
you.
is a natural diuretic, which can kind of help with possibly that. Some people do better by adding minerals, because like if your ratio of your sodium and potassium and all that in your body is not right and you have too much sodium, that could raise your blood pressure. So a lot of people were adding unrefined salt, like the Soleil, or putting a pinch of salt in their water every time you're drinking, or putting a little on your tongue every time you drink some water. That could help. Redmond has a product called Relight, which is really nice. They have it unflavored and they have it in some flavors, and then they'll have like your potassium, magnesium, calcium, along with all the trace minerals from the salt, and then you can put it in your water. So it's a great electrolyte replacement. Also, you're getting all those other minerals like the magnesium and the potassium. So I know some people might have had some good help with that, helping with their blood pressure also. Definitely don't be doing table salt if you have high blood pressure, but do your research on some of this stuff. But generally the Relight is really good, and you guys can go to our site on that too after we're done in Stacy, and go to the shop tab at Relight, to go to Redmond, and they have lots of different flavors that are really good. And I know people love that. People who exercise, people in the summertime use it. Who cares about Gatorade? This will be a lot better than that, because it's going to be
Gatorade's
natural.
garbage, y'all.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Gatorade's garbage.
So, and this is just really natural way. So, like if you are out in the sun, or you're working hard, or you're sweating, this is something that you can do to add it to. But it's called Relight, and it's excellent. And I like it because it comes in little packs, so you can throw it in your backpack or take it with you if you go somewhere, and then you can go ahead and just take it whenever you need to. Okay.
Garlic is just like an antibiotic. I mean, that's what it is nature's antibiotic. So that's what it's good for. It's good for
it has the
healing you.
Properties of it.
That's why we take garlic and honey. It helps heal us. It keeps you on point. All this stuff is made for you. Our cups are 100% copper. Period. But you got to be careful, because there's phony cups out there. They have copper coating, which is not what you want.
Yeah, so Savvy says chem fog caused irritated nasal passages a couple days. So what you guys could even do? Your nose has little hairs in it. It's like one of your first defenses for things when you're breathing in. So you could even, if you have like a little castor oil or anything, you can put stuff in your nose like that. And then it can kind of trap it in there, and then you can just kind of wipe it out if you're outside. Something in there to kind of stop it.
Come on, they were supposed to close TikTok, didn't close TikTok. InfoWars was supposed to be auctioned off, closed, website gone forever, not happened either. Y'all, the hype gets you worried, and then nothing much happens, right? Or they come in hard and heavy, tell you to shut up, sit down, and then 4 or 5 years later, the CIA says, yeah, it was from a lab leak. I mean, this is crazy, man. Crazy, and they still leave it on the schedule. I don't understand it. It's crazy. What's going on, folks? All right, any ideas for Lyme's disease? I'm suffering from flare-ups. We are not doctors, and we don't play one on the internet.
I'm just telling everyone, and I'm going to say the same thing for everything. It's just really important. Look at your water. I would be doing structured water. Look at your light, making sure that you're getting the infrared and near infrared lighting, first thing in the morning, in the afternoon, you're out in the sun as much as you can, in the evening. Even with the chemtrails, you're still going to get stuff through all that stuff. So important to get outside and do that. And just making sure that you are in a good mindset. Just think you just think good, positive thoughts. I mean, there's so much about your emotions and how you feel and being grateful and all that. It is just amazing. As well as what you're putting in your body, the food that you're eating, your good pasture meats and you're getting good fats and things like that. That's just very, very important. So I think those things are very crucial, and start getting yourself healthier and healthier.
Shirley, reverse osmosis isn't structured water because you're stripping it down naked. You took all the clothes off.
So once you reverse osmosis it, then you have to structure it.
Which we, go to tmurphyholisticwellness.com and you can get a structurer there, and that can put your water back in shape, and then we add minerals to it, and then it's all ready to go.
And then a lot of people, so yes, we are going to be we're in Pensacola area now. We are going to have a meetup on the 6th.
Thursday the 6th. At around noonish, 11, 1, right around in there at the Perdido
Key
State Park. Yeah, and we're going to send out information on the email, so make sure you're on our email list. And then we're going to have a good time. We'll just be grounding in some sand, sharing stories, talking to y'all, hugging necks.
So if you are working and you want to play hooky and get out in the sun,
I would.
That's a good thing to do.
I would. You always have a cold nose. That means you're a healthy puppy. I wouldn't worry about a cold nose. Is your nose cold?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's Perdido Key State Park. There it is.
No notification again, Mary Jones. Just show up every Monday night at 7 p.m. Don't let the algorithm run your life.
15301 Perdido Key Drive.
15301 Perdido Key Drive. We'll be there Thursday, like around noonish, and we're going to try to have a meet and greet, and we're going to stay there, and then we're going to go to the bars, and we're going to go close the bars, and then after that we're going to go to the strip clubs, and then we're going to close the strip clubs, and then after that we're going to go somewhere. Maybe we'll get on a plane and go to Las Vegas. No, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have a good time, so come out and see us and have a good time. Actually, we'll probably be...
What are you doing?
That's how it's going. The actual reality is we'll be tired. We'll be ready to go to bed.
That's what happens.
Oh, jeez. But we're going to have a good time, though. So we hope to see you guys at a live event, free. Just meet us at that place. We're going to send out emails with more particulars. We should have just met at the Buc-ee's. How far away was that? That would have been pretty good.
Well, yeah, we can't hang out at Buc-ee's.
Yeah, they got a great big parking lot.
They do in the back, yeah.
The
beach is fun. Everyone likes to come to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to go, I know there's a boardwalk you cross, and then we'll have to say, should we turn to the right or the left to meet everyone?
What?
There's a boardwalk you go across, and I don't know.
We got to scope it out, and then we'll send the email.
But if you're going to come, register. How do you do the email list? Where do they go to do that?
You go to offgridwithdougandstacy.com and fill out the box to get on the email list. Then you're going to get an email from us. If you don't reply to that, you won't be on the list until you hit the blue box confirming. And then, it'll say welcome aboard and all that stuff. So if you don't follow through with all that stuff, you're going to be out in the cold. But I will send those out tomorrow after we do the dry run. So go there to this website, offgridwithdougandstacy.com, and register with the big box that says join our email list. Don't email me and say put me on the email list. No. You got to go and fill it out yourself. All right. Somebody said, I thought you were Christian. I was just playing. It was just a funny joke. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, 200 earthquakes in Greece. That's a lot of earthquakes.
Yeah, that's where it was, in Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you it was a bunch of them. I said France. I was pretty close.
Oh, everyone's telling Greece.
I was pretty close.
200 earthquakes in 4 days. Earthquakes in Texas? And now, I guess February is Earthquake Awareness Month.
Just a coincidence, folks.
Well, and they said, they were talking about the New Madrid fault, because we're in Missouri, and they were talking about in Arkansas, everybody.
Where were you? We were somewhere yesterday. Where were we? Or was that the day before?
Arkansas.
We got out to get some gas or something. Stacy looked around. I think we were in New Madrid or something. She said,
We were.
This is it. This is the place.
we were in New Madrid. That was New Madrid, yeah. Because of the New Madrid fault.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jivan's from his home, or her home is in Pensacola. Now they're in South Korea. Well, you can be there in spirit.
Don't pay your taxes, Luna. You know, it's your duty as a citizen to quit this nonsense, man. It's our duty as citizens to just rise up now and just say, you know, we've had enough.
Don't say that.
It's a fact.
Okay.
I'm not going to pay them. I'm going to fill out papers and I'm going to put zeros, zeros, and zeros because I'm done with this stuff. I put it on X today too. I'm telling you guys too. Done. Right? No, don't hit me under the table. Done. Right? It's not right. They're stealing our money. Taxation without representation. Condoms in Afghanistan. No, thank you. I'm out. I'm tapping out. I'm going to talk to my tax man and tell him my plans, man. But I'm telling you guys, if we all do it, they could pound sand. But too much people are scared. Bunch of chickens. Well, we should. We should all just sick out of these taxes. We're done. And also, you can't charge the tariffs and charge the taxes. What the hell? Talk about double dipping. Trump ain't one time, except for if you're a waitress, said about getting rid of the taxes. As soon as the tariffs go in, the taxes come off. Otherwise, it's a scam. Yeah, this channel's lit. Watch out, you guys. Don't take our advice. We don't know nothing.
Yeah, don't take his advice.
We're not tax people. We're not doctors. We're just goofy people who live off grid, poop in buckets, live 100% off rainwater, grow our own food, and that's it.
Rita says raisin vinegar made with raisins and ACV. No, Rita, okay, so some people who don't know, you can make almost vinegar out of almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had scraps, if you had some, pineapple scraps and you put some sugar in there, you could make pineapple vinegar. If I had some old, if you had your apple skins, your pear skins, if you had, peaches, whatever, you can make peach vinegar. You can make whatever you got, scraps left over, you can make it out of any of that kind of stuff. So all I do is I have, if you had a half gallon or a gallon jar, I'm going to put maybe a fourth of it of my organic raisins in there. And raisins are really sweet. So normally when I make vinegar in a gallon, I would put a cup of sugar. But depending on what you're putting in it, if it's really sweet, I'm not going to need a lot of sugar. So for me, if I did, a quarter of the raisins in a gallon, then I might just put a quarter of a cup of sugar. And then I put a cloth over it with a rubber band and I stir it every day for a couple weeks. And then maybe in 6 weeks or so, I'll have vinegar. It's very simple. And you just strain it out and it's done. But you can make vinegar out of anything. I did a whole thing. When did we do the vinegar? I did a vinegar.
Just type in making vinegar off grid, Doug.
Yeah, but did I do it in the university? I think I did a whole class on making vinegar. Yeah, I think I did. I did a whole bunch of vinegars, whole classes on the university. It's on the university channel. And then take the dried elephant garlic is real garlic. It's just a larger variety. It's actually a leek. I'm pretty sure it's a leek. And that's a type of that too.
Y'all, if you want to 100% get out of paying taxes, 100% legal, no property taxes, no income taxes, become a 501(c)(3) church, like Joel Osteen, and you can dry it up, baby. There you go, man. There's all the loopholes, right? They know how to do it. Or you could create a charity like the Clinton Foundation, who got some of that aid money. Come on. Dang it, man. They all know how to scrape the money, and all of us are out here with rocks in our socks.
Ramona says she made the apple brandy last year and forgot about it. That's usually what I do, Ramona. I made cake with apples and raised. It was strong but good. That's right. Yeah, so I have that apple brandy in my my book, my fermenting book. Mm-hmm. Apple brandy. It's very good.
And we'll be having the the university folks. I'm sorry, y'all, but the university folks get first dibs on the elderberries, and then if we have some left over, we'll let you guys know. But we'll start cracking those loose when we get home.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut them down toward the end of February, and then we'll let you guys know for sure. Well, let's see. Betty says that our chickens are over 4 years old, slower laying. Any ideas in Central Florida for chicks, please? Betty, do you have a rooster or know anybody with a rooster? And then let them fertilize your older girls. And when they're laying, then use those eggs and incubate them. Or if you know anybody who has incubated, or if you can get, do you ever go to, any of not the sale barns, or when they sell the livestock and all that every week? Some days they're on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're all different around your town. A lot of times they'll sell fertilized eggs. You can get fertilized duck eggs, fertilized chicken eggs, fertilized barred rock eggs, fertilized Rhode Island red eggs, or just a whole bunch of them. And then you can incubate them and do it yourself if that's what you're wanting to do.
Man, we hope to see you guys live and in person on Thursday right here in Pensacola, Florida at the, what is it?
Perdido Key State Park.
That's right. By the time we're done with this, man, she'll remember that we went to the, what is it?
Perdido Key State Park.
That's right. At 12 o'clock on Thursday, the 6th of February.
Jay Allen says, have I done my honey garlic? Can you add more honey? As a matter of fact, I'll show you. I have it here.
Oh, we're going battery saver mode.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Where is my honey garlic?
She's got her mace with her. She took her dog for a walk. She grabbed her mace tonight. We're in foreign lands.
Okay, so on the honey garlic, so what you'll do is, let's say you ate all your garlic and you still have a bunch of honey, cut up and put more garlic in there, and then add a little bit more honey. Put the lid back on it. You're going to still need to burp it. It's not going to be as potent as when you first did it, but you're still going to need to burp it for a week or week and a half or something like that. And then just keep going. However, just know that you're not going to be able to take it right away. Even after a month, it's going to still taste garlicky, but it'll still be good in a month. And then just let it go, and you can keep doing it like that. Or if you don't want to, just start over, maybe finish eating and just taking a spoonful of the honey. Or you can make a new batch, or just keep doing it off that. So it'll all work.
Redmond's discount code is off grid. Also, when you click the link, it's automatic. So all you have to do is actually click through our link, and then anywhere you shop on the Redmonds works for you.
Oh, it's Mr. H4, yeah. Springfield, Missouri has a 2040 plan, 15-minute city.
I'm telling you guys, it's no joke. They're going ahead with their plans, full steam ahead. I played the clip for you. I know it's so hard to hear because people are riding the Trump train. They think he's going to save them.
Hi, Mary.
Right now, he's just fulfilling half of the contract. He told you guys he was going to do some special things for you. And once he does those things, he's going to expect for you to allow him to advance his agenda, which is data centers in a lot of these cities that are going to be the power for the 15-minute cities. And he said with his own mouth that he wants them to be energy independent because the grid is so fragile and it can be taken out. And he said, and then we won't have and then we won't have the power, right? And that stuff's very important to have. Facial recognition, video surveillance, this stuff requires a lot of electricity. Don't you get it? I mean, they could barely roll out the electric cars. Remember, people were having brownouts. Too much people were charging at one time. Okay?
And SW says, what we eat has such a big effect on your mental status.
Fact.
It is huge, huge, huge. And I'm going to tell you, if you start eating fermented foods, it's amazing what it can do for your mental health too, because it's just going to help with detoxification. It's going to help with the serotonin in your gut. It's going to help. It detoxifies you. Fermented foods are just amazing. So I know for me personally, if I don't get my fermented foods, I just don't feel as happy. It really makes a huge difference. So fermented foods is very, very helpful.
Do not drink drink ACV at night before bed to
Oh,
help
it's
with
excellent.
cramps. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and also it helps. For a lot of people, it can help with your metabolism. Some people
Magnesium
have
too. Everyone's low on the magnesium.
Yeah. But ACV at night, a lot of people have help with the metabolism. So some people do, some people don't. But I know a lot of people will do it before bed. It also will help if you have insulin problems. Your insulin, gets up there a little bit. If you do your apple cider vinegar at night before bed, it's really helpful with your insulin levels. So if a lot of you are suffering from that, maybe try some apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon or two in some water before bed, and then see if that helps with that too. But apple cider vinegar is just helpful for so many things, like taking 15 minutes before you eat. It's going to help. And if you do it every single day and start to notice if it helps with your digestion, because it can help increase the pH of acidity in your stomach. Because we need a pH of like acidity of 1 to 3. And most of us, it's a lot higher. And that's why a lot of people belch and, you get acid reflux and different things like that. So that could possibly help you too, doing apple cider vinegar, but it's great.
If Redmond salt's making your pee a bright yellow, that means you're probably dehydrated and the minerals are rolling through you. So make sure you're up in your water a little bit.
Are you sure that's what it's from?
Mm-hmm.
The Redmond?
That's what you attributed to.
Unless it's, look and see, are you eating anything? Generally, if you have like that neon green, that's like from the B vitamins. Are you getting any B vitamins? Are you taking B vitamins or getting something like that?
Blue eyes, honey garlic lasts forever, but you should be eating it. Long time. It's not going to go bad. Antibacterial properties. Honey doesn't go bad.
Could a cinder block foundation support a log cabin?
Man, that was like 20 something minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah. We went over that extensively. Aren't you paying attention here?
Yeah.
Remember, because we talked about the...
I'm way behind here.
Yeah, cinder blocks. I said if you know how to do it, you could. I wouldn't buy Bragg's apple cider vinegar. They've been watering it down and everything else. I'd actually be making my own.
It's so easy to do.
Or I'd buy, some foggy, off-brand stuff. But I wouldn't buy Bragg's anymore. No, we don't have elderberries. It's still freezing cold at the homestead.
Oh, Mad Dog says, are sunflower seeds good for you? Oh, they're great. And I love to make microgreens out of them too. They're really good. They taste amazing. I buy 50-pound bags of it all the time. In the summer, they're cheaper on sale at the feed store. So I use them not just for me. I use them for our birds, of course, in the winter months. But I give them to my chickens. Molly loves them. She munches on them. The horses like them. The sheep like them. I use them as little snacks, but they're very high in protein. And they're really good. So I give them in my chicken and my homemade feed. That's what I use. And then for me, I grow them all throughout the garden because they're great for the pollinators. They're great for the birds. I save the big heads and I use them and give them to my chickens in the winter when they can't get out as much. So they have something to play with when they're in the coop and they can't get out. Maybe if we have a lot of snow or something like that. You can also use the heads of them, save those when you get them when they're still green and fresh. You can put, I put ghee all over them. I flip them upside down, put them out on the grill, and you just cook the big head. And that tastes really good. You can eat that, like a big roasted flower head. The leaves are good. You can saute them. The whole plant, actually, you can make flour out of the stalk. When you peel the hard outer part, but the inner part, you can grind that up, and you can turn that in. You dehydrate it first, and you can turn it into a flour. And like it's actually sunflower flour. And you can bake with it. Sunflowers are great. They pull the toxins out of the ground. The seeds are good. You can roast them, of course. So there's a lot to do with sunflowers. I love, 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 love sunflowers.
And it's Dr. Christopher's Bone and Tissue. That's what I was taking when I broke my ribs. That's what the Amish were taking. Dr. Christopher's bone and tissue
formula, bone and tissue formula.
And I'm not ignoring your question. You know, there's a lot of people asking stuff over here. Jeez, oh. Dr. Christopher's bone and tissue formula. Can you drink kombucha in place of water? No.
No. So just know, kombucha is a fermented drink, but it's also very detoxifying. So you don't want to, just because something is really good for you, you know, you hear it's good for you, that doesn't mean you just do it all the time and all the time. You're going to have that as a drink, but that does not include water. Do not include all the stuff you drink. Water is your water. That's what you need to make sure you're having water throughout the day. And then the other stuff is extra. Okay, so make sure you're drinking water, like first thing in the morning when you wake up, like a squirt of nice organic lemon juice in there, or put some little Soleil, like a teaspoon of Soleil in there. It's good to get you going, to help detoxify you, just get you going for the day. And then just drink your water periodically throughout the day, and then that other stuff is the other stuff. You know, if you drink tea or you drink coffee, or if you're drinking, you know, any of these things, kombucha, that does not count as water. Definitely. No. Cindy says Perdido Key is where we stay when we go to Florida. It usually is pretty clean.
All right. We're going to see you guys in Perdido Key State Park Thursday, 12-ish. We're going to meet there for a meetup. We're going to do some grounding, answer questions, have fun, have prizes. It's going to have a good time. We love doing these kind of meetups with you guys. And we're also going to try to talk to some people around here and see if they were getting the fog sickness.
Well, it's coming tomorrow.
That's round 2.
Yeah, 3 days of it.
What's good for UTIs? Drinking more water.
Well,
Mullein tea is good for your lungs.
I will say, if you are prone to that, for UTI and all that, Dr. Group also has a good kidney formula. It's a tincture. And it's a really good one. So if you are having problems to that, just make sure you are drinking enough water, and just make sure, because it's huge. What?
We have over 100 Mullein teas in stock. You guys are always asking about the Mullein teas. We've worked hard putting a system in place to where we have more available for you. So get your Mullein tea. It is excellent for your lung and respiratory health. It is wild crafted, hand picked, and made and put together with love and just for you. Are you totally off grid? Yes, we have no public utilities, no public water, electric, trash, gas, nothing. And we barely have any solar power. But yeah, we live just like the Amish. We wood cook stove it, no air conditioning, you know.
Yes, we are.
And if we cheat, we use a generator. And cut out sugar for your UTIs.
You just said that, yeah. And then honestly, if you are prone to them, if you get real cranberry juice, you know, in the glass bottles that's not from concentrate, you put a little bit in some, in some water and drink that every day. That's very, very helpful too. Daily Bread Ministry, shame on you. Eating cookies and drinking Coke right now. Shame on you.
Yeah, you think that's funny. It's not so funny. Mullein tea is awesome. Thanks, Jason. Get your links right here. Get your Mullein tea right there. Get the Homesteading Life Conference, you guys, is a great source of knowledge and camaraderie. We have great fellowship. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have lots of information. We'll be skinning rabbits there live, turkeys, chickens.
No turkeys. No turkeys.
One. Aren't you going to do one?
I guess
We're going to do one.
They're kind of big.
Yeah.
We might. I don't know yet. Maybe we'll do a turkey this year instead of a chicken.
We'll do chicken too.
We'll
see.
Stick
no on a chicken.
We'll see. I know last year there was some of the Amish guys were at the conference, and I said, you need to help this next year.
We use diatomaceous earth to help deworm, deworm the chickens. We also give them sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. A lot of natural things. Apple cider vinegar in their water. A lot of people said the cloud smells, the fog smells very chemically.
I'm way behind.
My mom is doing great. She loves the homestead, loves us cooking food and bringing it to her, and she eats with us, and she likes the animals, and she's turned into the crazy cat lady. And I mean, she just loves it all. She goes to the Y now. She's working out all the time. She's really doing a good job. Mullein tea with honey and lemon is just so good.
It is really good.
It is so good, and it's good for you. I think we're running out of juice here, folks. 104 minutes. Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's me says. Yeah, Lakewood Pure Cranberry Juice. But make sure there's a couple brands. Lakewood is one. It's in a glass bottle, and make sure it says not from concentrate. Very important. Not from, because I think Lakewood, there's a couple other brands that you see, and it will say, you know, cranberry juice, and then one will say from concentrate, one will say not from concentrate, and they look pretty much the same. So just make sure it says not from concentrate.
You can store your tea in the envelopes we ship them in, okay, because they're airtight, and that's okay.
Or you can put them in a glass jar.
That's what we recommend. You know, get a little glass
Look at
container.
all the freeze.
Keep it out of, keep it out of, you know, the sunlight, direct sunlight, and heat and everything. It'll last you longer. Okay. So that's all we got for you guys tonight. We hope to see you guys on Thursday. Where? At the Perdido Key State Park.
Yes.
In Pensacola, Florida.
Well, that's not
we'll
really
buy
there.
there.
It's in Perdido Key.
Yeah. And that's going to be around noon. But we're going to do some scouting tomorrow, and then we'll send out an email. So you have to be on our email list if you want the update. Otherwise, you get sniff around there at noon. And, you know, we'll probably be there. We'll send out all the details, and we look forward to seeing however many of you guys want to show up and hang out with us and hug necks and trade stories. And we'll do some grounding and hang out for a little while. That'll be really a good time.
Well, we could even, everyone could, if we bring a picnic, everyone brings a picnic or something. It's lunchtime.
Yeah, you guys can bring me cookies or anything that you make from your house that's good to eat, that's made from good whole ingredients. See you guys Wednesday night at the university for sure. We're going to be talking about milk, don't forget. Yeah, this is a chin strap on my hat. You can see how it goes right here, and it just right there it connects.
What are you talking
Everything
about?
just comes right down. It's all fake.
Like, what are you talking about?
Everything pasteurized is disgusting. Don't drink it. They've killed it all. That's the biggest scam. Pasteur. What a scam. Louis Pasteur. What a scam. It's a scam. Yeah, the beard's AI. That's right.
Oh, Homestead Love. I'm making lavender vinegar.
Yeah, Randall,
that
we
sounds
know.
good.
We don't eat rabbits, but some people do. So we want to have the knowledge there for all walks of life. We don't discriminate on the information. So if you want to come there and want to learn about how to skin a rabbit, you can. Also, a lot of people feed their canines rabbits. And also their poop is very beneficial. So there's lots of ways to incorporate rabbits onto the homestead without putting them in your gullet. Right?
But if you do, yeah.
There you go. All right, man, that was good. And I don't know if 16 years of preparing will be enough. If this thing goes to crash, see, the only way to bring in the reset is to crash it all down. So you'll have to fire up to China, Ukraine, Russia, all this kind of a war stuff. Get the Muslims involved. We've already talked about Pike's three wars. Then you would have the cashless society usher in, martial law. Then they could do the CBCDs because, you know, cash is not coming back. We have to track everybody so we can stop them from being terrorists and stuff, just like they did with the banking system during 9/11. And now you got to report all your crap at the banks and all this rigmarole. So this is just how they're going to do it. Then you're going to be forced into it because all the Costco's and all the places you shop at, they're going to be like, yeah, we don't take cash anymore. You have to have a digital currency or a face scan or something, and then that's going to cause a lot of people to be without. So then they're going to come out with the universal basic income, which they're going to start rebranding all this stuff because we've been talking about it a while. So it's going to change the name, and then they're going to give it to you because you're going to be destitute, so to speak. So then you can go to the store and you're going to be happy to use your facial recognition. So you get some food, and then slowly that's going to happen, and then they'll have kids, and then they'll have kids, and that's all they'll ever know. And all of us back here, well, we'll just be a memory. And we'll be out there playing Hunger Games.
See, Jennifer Katsulia says, and this is how it happens, and this is probably how things got invented. She says, made apple cider vinegar and forgot about it 2 years ago. And she says it's amazing. So that's what a lot of people do. They think, oh my gosh, it's ruined. But no, I've done that so many times. So yeah, I bet it is. It's very acidic, I'm sure. But yeah, it's just kind of like a little science experiment.
So learn all the skills you can to stay as far away from the game as you can, right? So our plan is just stay away from it and out of it.
So Seth Solar
Period.
said too, she's made kombucha and she forgot about it since September, and it smells like vinegar. So that's what's going to happen. It'll gradually, because kombucha and vinegar are made the same. They have something called acetic acid in it. When you do a ferment, like yogurt or, sauerkraut, that's lactic acid ferment. And then the other type of ferment is going to be an alcohol ferment, like you drink alcohol. So acetic acid ferment, like I say, is the vinegar and the kombucha. So she wanted to know, since she left it so long, can I use the SCOBY to make vinegar or what? Just use your SCOBY to make kombucha again. And then some people are like, what am I supposed to do with this? A lot of times when my kombucha gets like that and it gets very vinegary, you can use it in place of vinegar. So if I'm doing 2 parts of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, I'll do 1 part of that kombucha vinegar that I let go too long, and then you can put some maple syrup or honey in there and 1 part of that. So my recipe for a homemade salad dressing is always 2 parts of extra virgin olive oil, 1 part of a vinegar or that kombucha vinegar that you made, and then 1 part of raw honey or 1 part of maple syrup. Shake it up, and then you have a great salad dressing. Then you can even use that if you need to put that. If you put, a few tablespoons in, gallon of water, and then I can use that as my fertilizer for my house plants. So don't let it go. You can jump charge a compost pile. If you want to put a shot of it in your water for your chickens or your dog or something, you can do that. So don't let it all go to waste. And then you can just go ahead and make more kombucha again. You didn't ruin it. So it's a fine SCOBY.
Hey, listen, you could drink mullein tea every day, even if you're not sick. It's good just to help you along. But like anything, you shouldn't do it every day. You just want to do it some, and then introduce some other stuff in, and you kind of rotate it around.
Yeah, because I get bored of stuff. I'll do stuff. If you do something for a month or so, and then maybe take a couple weeks off, like the dandelion tea, because it's a detoxifying. It's suggested you could do it for a couple weeks and then take a little time off and then do it again. So, just for me, I'll do something for a while and then I'll stop and then I'll do it again. We want to make life exciting, right? Okay. So we're meeting at Perdido Key State Park Thursday at noon.
February 6th, 2025. In case you're watching this later, sorry we missed you. We're going to be hanging around at Perdido Key
State Park.
Yep, at noon. We will be sending out information via the email on our email list. You must
where we're going to meet.
And maybe you can bring some stuff if you want to. No problem. We're going to have games and hang out. Bring a chair to sit in and all that stuff.
Games? We're going to do games?
Yeah, we're going to play games. Yeah. Are you kidding me? We're going to make them stand on one leg and do all that stuff you do. Yes.
It's going to be a hoopla of fun.
It is. And who knows how long it'll be. The Gulf of America. It's just like Prince, you guys. You know why? That's why Prince changed his name to a symbol. Because the Zionist dudes were over there messing with his money. And he was messing with you. He's telling you guys all this stuff the whole way. So they were messing with his money, messing with his record deals, his contracts. And he couldn't use the word Prince. And he couldn't use his own name. So that's why he changed his whole stuff to a symbol. So then he owned the rights to his own song. So that's the same kind of a thing that they're going to be doing in Gulf of America. There's a lot of stuff going on because it's Gulf of Mexico. But once we flip the script and change the name, then we can do some other stuff to it. See, because it's not that name no more. Because everything is about the contracts. All the way even back to ancient times, all the way up till now. And contracts layer on top of each other. Just like well, they layer on top of each other, okay? They don't go away. And that's why they got to change the name so they could do their business there. And we'll see you guys Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes, we hope to see a lot of you guys.
And I was going to say covenants, but a lot of people don't understand how covenants work. Covenants do not go away. They layer on top of each other. But that's another video for another day. All right? Share this video with your friends so they can know that they need to be prepared on what's coming. Because it is coming. And we'll see you guys on the next video.
Bye.
Oh. That's it.
See ya. Have a good attitude. Change how you're thinking. Okay? It's all good. Because we could have told you what happened to us.
Today.
Do you want to tell them?
No, but I said, how's it go looking there? So she said, oh, you don't want to know. Or what did you say? You said something totally off. Well,
I said, oh my gosh.
No, you said you don't want to know, or you're gonna.
I said you need to come see it yourself. I don't.
No,
you
said something that's not Stacy wise.
They all want to know what happened.
No, I'm not gonna tell them. All right. Well, if you guys come to the meetup, I'll tell you. All right. We'll see you guys on the next one. And thanks for being you.